We will call to order the regular meeting of the Buchanan City Commission at the Buchanan Area Senior Center. Thank you very much, first and foremost, to the Buchanan Senior Center for allowing us to host our City Commission meeting here in this beautiful space. We do not have any recognition at this time. If everyone could join me at the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you have a minister? I don't think so.
Okay. At this time, I do not see an individual for the invocation. If we could have roll call, please. Yes. Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Swem,
Present.
George, Money,
Present.
and Bianski.
Yep.
Uniform.
Thank you. At this time, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Also moved.
Thank you. Do we have support?
This is money I'll support.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, at this time we will take public comments at the mic off to your left. And please keep your comments to 3 minutes and state your name for the record. I did. Okay, seeing no one approach the podium or the mic, at this time I will take a motion on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do we have support?
Support.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. We do not have any scheduled matters from the floor. At this time, we will move on to reports by departments, committees, and boards. Community Development Director, Mr. Richard Murphy.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
City Commission, Rich Murphy, Community Development Director. One item for you tonight. We have another participant in our Buchanan Social District, McCoy's Creek Tavern. So they're proceeding with the submittal of their application. As you're aware, the application does require a local government unit approval, which essentially blesses the application that the business is in good standing. So that's what's before you this evening. We do have conversations going on with other operators that intend to join the social district. So we hope to grow it as and kind of increase the vibrancy of our downtown with this tool. So I just ask you to consider your approval of the resolution for the local unit of government.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I will take a motion.
This is money I'd move to approve resolution 2025.06/19 as presented.
Very good. Do we have support?
Support.
Thank you. Discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Money,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
and Swem.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll take comments on various boards, committees, and reports. If any individual on the commission who sits on the boards would like to bring forth information, I'd be happy to take that now.
I'll give a quick landfill one. So landfill, at our last meeting, approved our annual budget for next fiscal year. Big thing to the owner municipalities, there was a 0% rate increase to our municipal residents. All other haulers and or non-residents will pay a 3% increase from what they paid in the past. We did impose a 25-cent tipping fee that we'll start collecting. That'll help us as we start moving towards environmental challenges going forward for additional investments there. But outside of that, landfill has some big capital expenditures coming up over the next 5 years to reduce our flow to the plant here in Buchanan, PFAS impact, etc. But the big item was we approved our budget for the next fiscal year, and there was a 0% increase to our residents.
Where's the state on their mandatory tipping fees?
Yeah, so they dropped it down in the proposed legislation from the over $5 to $1.20, which is still double the current rate. That's still in the House, or House or Senate. Can't remember which side there, but that's all we know at the moment.
The state, I got lied to. I'm on that committee with the state.
Mm-hmm.
they lied to me, well, you can't do it. But this is coming from the east side, stuff that's coming out of Canada. And I've really been raising Cain, and I've been contacting anybody I can contact that's got any noise in Lansing. Because, if you want it in Detroit, you do it. They're just scared that we're gonna have lower fees and we'll take it. We're not gonna take radioactive. We never have taken radioactive. They don't want to say no to it. They just want to charge for it. And that's the bottom line. And believe me, I'm having a really good time on that committee. I'm having a really good time on that committee.
That's good. Any other updates?
Yeah, I just, I'm on the SMACUS board, and they're continuing on with their contract negotiations. Hopefully that's going to be settled pretty soon, and like I reported before, or the last meeting, we do have a new ambulance that is in service, so it's been on the move, so that's basically all I've got there.
Okay.
And the Plan Commission, we should see our first draft this next meeting next month on the short-term rental. I've talked to Tony a couple times about it. There's going to be some hashing out that needs to be done on it, but I don't know if we'll have something to present at the end of July. I'm hoping so, but we'll see. And as far as the master plan, I really don't know. Soon.
And it's, in regards to the DDA, we had a bylaws meeting today. We did work through some various details regarding the bylaws, updating it to current terms, and some language regarding, that's what I'm looking for. Language regarding other committees and boards that will roll up underneath the DDA, and how the bylaws have a broad spectrum scope on those moving forward, and some communication related to the director and how that looked, and how Tony's going to play in that role until the DDA, if they ever choose to appoint a director of the DDA. So really some minor changes to the DDA bylaws. I think it's just making them current was the most important part, and then we will present that. That was a subcommittee. Those would be presented to the DDA at the next DDA meeting for their approval. And then from there, it'll move on to the City Commission.
Is everybody familiar with the new board that they elected? I don't think we've had a meeting since that meeting, have we? Did we have a meeting in between and recognize the board? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, if there's no other board updates, I will move on. We do not have any unfinished business. We do not have any new business. Expenditures. Consider approving the expenditures for June 23rd, 2025 in the amount of $234,323.98.
There was just a few checks. Bart?
Well, we need to make them.
Yeah, I'll move to approve the expenditures in the amount of $234,323.98 as presented.
Do we have support?
I'll support.
Okay, discussion.
I went over, Barb has got a couple expenses. We're actually going to get our baskets, which we authorized, and Ravis Park is going to get some more playground equipment. We did that too. I think that's about all. The other thing is, I always complain about the fees. Michigan, the Michigan Municipal League and every other national standard and historical preservation, whatever they can do to suck something out of the local constabularies, they do. So we really doesn't need Chamber of Commerce is another one. There's not much you can do about it other than saying no, and I believe some of them will probably start saying no too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 all at the same time, right? Okay, further discussion? Patrick?
Nope.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Money,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Weider,
Yes.
and Swam.
Yes.
Thank you. Item B, Resolution 2025.06/20. Consider the resolution to adopt a 80/20 employer-employee healthcare cost option as set forth in the 2011 Public Act 152, the Public Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
This is one to bring before you, given the amount of money involved. I mean, obviously, because of our contracts with collective bargaining, we need to provide insurance to our employees. However, this year, Right now, we're paying $241,000 ballpark for Blue Cross Blue Shield. That number was going to $316,000 next year. Courtney did an outstanding job working to find Priority Health at $300,000. That is actually the same amount of coverage we had in Blue Cross Blue Shield. It not only reduces the cost to the city, but it also reduces the cost to our employees at $800 to $1,000 per year. What's before you is just the commitment of the city's 80% allocation for the healthcare this year.
Very good. Okay, at this time, I'll take a motion on this resolution.
I'll move to approve resolution 2025.06/20.
Thank you, sir. Do we have support?
This is money I would support.
Thank you. Discussion? Okay.
It's just a never-ending process.
Yep, amen to that. Just glad that we have a good option.
Necessary.
Yep, necessary.
Medicare goes up, not Medicare itself, but supplement goes up. Mine has gone up 20 to 30% annually since I got it, so,
Very good. Roll call, please.
Bianski,
yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Swam,
Yes.
and Money.
Yes.
Thank you. Item C, budget amendments. Consider approving the budget amendments number 4.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the last of our budget amendments as we're moving to close out our fiscal year this year. This, along with the set we did at your previous meeting, overall, we did pretty well. Most of our budget units came in under what we had allocated for the year. Overall, though, we ended up $415,000 over budget. The reality is, all that was tied to 2 projects that we did not have scheduled going into the year, the culvert replacement and the Hoven wall. Those 2 projects together equated to almost $1 million. So the fact that we are only over $415,000 in budget is not bad. Being over budget doesn't mean we don't have that money. We haven't reserves to pay it. It just was unexpected. So it's something we have to report every year when we go over.
Right.
But the staff did a nice job, I think, managing everything to this point. To be only $415,000 over when we had $1 million of unanticipated infrastructure improvements is pretty good.
Yep. And we get bank recs every single month, and they zero out. So, I mean, I think that for the community, that's a strong position for a city to be in.
I mean, we had some idea that we knew we were going to be spending this year, which is why we reduced expenses so much in last year's finances, 45% reduction. We knew this year was coming. We were going to have to dip into reserve. So when you save a little, we have to offset it. Oh, we did.
Me too.
So I'll move to approve budget amendments number 4 as presented.
Thank you. Do we have support?
This money I'll support.
Thank you. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Whedon,
Yes.
Swam,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
and Bianski.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, moving on. We do not have any current communications. At this time, we will take public comments on non-agenda items only. Please approach the mic and state your name for the record, and please keep your comments to 3 minutes.
Norma Ferris, 304 North Oak Street. I got half of it answered before the meeting. Now, I'm going to ask about employees. What kind of process do you have? Nature? For this hot and wet weather that we've had? Or what are you taking care of as far as the employees? Who takes care of that, and what kind of limitations do you have?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we actually had a meeting on that this morning, that all the employees, when these kind of conditions are out, are hydrated, shading, and cooling down on a regular basis. So we are making sure everybody's not being overworked or overtaxed to the point of causing health concerns with this hot weather.
Okay. Then as far as construction, that's separate from the city. How is it with the state? Does the state rule them?
Yes. MIOSHA would rule over their working conditions on site.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make a comment. Thank you for being concerned, but the job must get done. FedEx used to buy us 2 bottles of Gatorade. That's all we got.
can't
Conway didn't
afford
do that, and we didn't have air
heat stroke.
conditioning. So, I mean,
Unless they go to your house.
Jeannie Harris, 320 Bluff Street. I have a question. With all the road construction that's going on, people are complaining and, so just kind of let it get through the phases that it's going through. But my question is, why was Shermer Drive designed the way that it is? It has cut off part of the right side of the road. You know, and with me living on the north side, that's such a convenient way to just get out of town, to go out to Walton, get out to the bypass, wherever. So, can you tell me why that was designed that way? I know there's a trail, you know, but it seems like the trail is taking up half of the right lane. And so, right now, on the weekends, people are going out Shermer Drive, me included. So, you know, there's this lane and then there's this lane, just like this. Because part of the right lane has been taken out for the wide trail. So does anybody have an answer to that?
I was not involved during the design process, but I can speak to you about what you see out there configuration-wise. That 10-foot trail, that width is requirement of the grant funding on that. That's actually an AASHTO standard. So that trail is 10 foot wide, which is a requirement for their money. The two road lanes that are left are 11 foot wide, which is a standard road width. The reason it feels tighter is the wide shoulders that were there are not there anymore.
Yeah, you don't have the shoulders anymore.
I would be, if you want to come by the office, I'll be happy to walk you through the plans and kind of what their design approach was for it.
Couldn't that be dangerous, not having the shoulders on either side?
It meets all traffic safety standards currently.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What else?
I don't disagree, yeah, there's probably some tweaks, but with the right of way that was there to work with when they designed it,
Right.
they felt it was what they could.
Did the trail have to be as wide as what it
It
is?
does have to be 10 feet. If you want to take that grant funding, the
It had to
funders
be
require you to do a 10 foot wide trail. It's a 10 foot wide trail with either 2 foot buffers on each side with like a shoulder or a hardened obstacle. That's why you see the curb on one side and the guardrail on the other. They put those in lieu of having 2 foot shoulders.
Right, yeah, I noticed the guardrails.
Yeah, that's why that's there.
But it just seems so narrow, that right lane. Well, both lanes are not narrow because there's no shoulder.
Right, it's that shoulder gives you that visual, it's narrower now, but those are standard of 11 foot lanes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thanks, Jeannie.
And pass that, pass that along to you, because I had a conversation with Jerry Flinner about it, you know, because people are questioning it just like this, and
Put that
yeah.
on Facebook, people are asking questions about that.
And-
nobody replies and has given them
What?
the particulars about why
Yeah.
it was designed that way.
I'll look
So
for some of the other
perhaps we could do
models.
that.
I was just say, you know, I know myself, I don't want to reply to that, and I know Jerry Flinner also had a problem with replying to that because, you know, if the wrong thing is said, you know, then it comes back and haunts you. So anyway, yeah, but yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
But it's the requirements of the grant that made that so wide, yeah. And then, but the roadway, I think the standard roadway is 10 foot.
You can go as light as 10.
And so, you know, and we're at 11 foot as far as I know, yep, so. But that's the reason, but thanks, Jeannie.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie.
Spandex pajama wearing people got more lobbying power than the taxpayers do. And they need more protections than the guy in the highways. They want to pretend like they live in Europe when we don't. A 4-foot sidewalk would have been sufficient. You know, taken away from an automobile-driven country is ridiculous. But this is our politicians, and we all elect them on a regular basis. I was no more upset than anybody else in this room when I seen that debacle out there. And it's an absolute debacle. We're not riding bicycles, and if I rode bicycles, I would not be this way on the bicycle with spandex on, because I'm not quite suited for spandex. And I don't like riding with my butt up and my head down. I used to just pedal down the road, but I rode against traffic too. Now everybody's got to be responsible. A 4-wheel vehicle's got to be responsible for some clown on a bicycle. That's my personal opinion on it.
All right.
Just wanted to say it. I've been waiting all week for it.
I can only imagine.
But it's just Monday.
Executive comments?
It's just Monday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Just a few updates for you. I'll start with Shermer Parkway. Gene, I think that's a great idea. We'll put out here's the regulation guidelines. That's a great idea. Unfortunately, that project was supposed to be done last week. There were some soft areas in the pavement discovered. during testing and evaluation. The contractor was ordered to remove those, so that's why you see a 4-foot deep section removed now for repaving before top is. Right now, the plan is if not done this week, next week, but we want to make sure it's done right before we accept that road. So that's going on. That's this week, so that's the undercutting you saw. Quick update on the downtown project. It is moving along. I know it seems slow, but as anticipated. Right now, the sewer line, the phase 1 is bringing to phase 2. That manhole is scheduled to be set Wednesday. Once that does, they will start mobilizing up their road crews to come behind. Right now, the phase 1 team's plan is to start building roadway on the week of July 7th, and they'll start following their 2 pipe crews behind to Front Street. Once we get that sewer main to Front Street, Kalen can really start going to town there. Right now, they've done all the water services. That's all done. Water mains are done, water services are done. They gotta go store in the sewer next, and then start going roads. So we're still tracking November there. Just because, we want to do a little more paving before the season's up. River Street and Red Bud will be milled this Wednesday the 25th and paved the 26th. That will end of our kind of summer paving program we did. Thank you again for the commission for working with staff to free up some money to get that work done. That was really very much needed. So that's going on right now. So everything, once we get through this week and next, everything's going to be done except for the downtown project. We'll have all the other construction in town wrapped up, and I think that'll help with everybody right now, just getting around town. The only other thing to put on your guys' agenda, we're doing a review of all of our scheduled fees right now. Those have not been updated in several years. We're looking at what our actual costs to deliver services are, as well as looking at Niles, because they're in our same market area. It's a good benchmark. St. Joseph, they just tend to do things right. It's a good one to look at as well. Not paid parking, but that's not for the paper. That's a joke for the room, please. And,
Exclude that.
Allegan, because they're a very similar community to us, size-wise, socioeconomically, demographics. So, because they match us up so well that way. So we're looking at those 3 communities plus their own cost. We'll have that to you guys in July to review as a new schedule fees for the next fiscal year.
Very good. Thank you
You
very much.
mentioned the road crews coming behind the pipe crews, so just so I'm communicating it correctly, or we communicate, do we think Redbud Trail then opens up at the end of August for or for traffic, or not?
It's going to be close, but I think we're going to be. I think right now they're thinking we should be looking pretty good end of August. To get everything to Front Street, unless we hit any problems. As you know, we just found some more contamination this week, but if everything progresses as, we should be able to get to to Front Street by the end of August.
So if I say Labor Day, that's our target.
Yeah, you'll be back. Exactly.
All right. Okay.
This is moving very, very, very fast.
It is. It actually is.
Extremely fast. And that's why everything's tore up at the same time, because this is all getting done at once. This could have been stretched out for a year. Easy. And then everything that they've done, everything that they've dug up, they've had to dig more up to replace valves that have not been maintained for 50 years. So this is, from every aspect, construction-wise, remodel-wise, this is moving exponentially fast. When you think what they're doing. They're putting 30-inch pipes down. They got to go under the creek. So, this is a massive, massive program. And it's moving. I am appalled, and I worked in this a lot. But I am appalled, and I've watched the government and have drove truck. They could have stretched this out for a year, year and a half. So,
Well, Vicksburg did. If you went to Vicksburg, 3-4 years ago?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. That town was tore up for way over a year. So, like Dan said, my personal opinion is it's moving well. Somebody asked about the Front Street. Well, I remember when Front Street was all tore up years and years ago, many years ago. Norma probably does too, since we're kind of like the oldest in here. But nothing was ever done then other than repaving. So, yeah. So anyway,
Very good. Mr. Swim?
Just a big thank you to Adam and the Senior Center team here for letting us
Yep.
use the facilities tonight. It's greatly appreciated with how difficult it is to get to City Hall, but we'll be back in our regular digs next meeting. So, concert series kicked off, so big thank you to the concert team that put those together in Gateway. The first couple concerts have seemed like real bangers, for lack of a better phrase. It's been very busy down there, and a lot of great traffic, it seems like, down there all together. People are finding their way. They're figuring out how to navigate overall, very welcomed in a hectic time.
Very
That's
good.
all I have.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Money, Mr. Bianski?
I just wanted to thank Adam and Jeannie and stuff for allowing us the opportunity to use this facility. It was really nice of you to be able to do that for us. Thanks, Rich, for working on the social district. I think that's coming together pretty well. I made a little trip down through the farmer's market the other day, and that looks like it's going pretty well. I haven't seen Bucky back there planted yet, but that's a work in progress also. So I expect to see Mike Baker riding that through town. So anyway, once again, thanks for this commission, and thanks for the staff for everything that they do, because if you're a friend on social media to anybody in this town, you know, it seems like everything that we do is somewhere along the line fouled up, and we're reminded of that quite often. It's usually by people outside of Buchanan, but that's all right. They'll come to town.
They
So
will.
that's about all I have.
Very good. Dan, anything else?
Isn't there 5% of all infrastructure has to go towards the trail? Wasn't that some?
Not motorized, so if you're an Act 51 agency in the state of Michigan, which is MDOT, a county road department, a road commission, or a city, that percentage of your road funding every year has to be set aside for non-motorized transportation.
Did you hear that,
Trails,
Jeannie?
sidewalks.
5% of all the money that we spend on our roadways in the city, in the county, in the state has to go towards trails so that people can walk in the country.
Well, non-motorized.
Non-motorized.
Sidewalks and trails.
People can walk in the country,
Yeah.
you know, or ride a spandex pajama bike.
Oh, my, Dan.
I'm sorry, it
It's-
just,
it's
it
okay.
really, it just really bothers me that they come up with these kind of rules at the Lansing level. And this is where all of you need to really start kicking it up, you know, big time. There was something else I was gonna ask. Oh, code enforcement. We're turning the volume up on that. And it's gonna get cranked up slowly, but just put it out there that the long grass is not a big concern, but it's gonna start slowing down. And I don't like people having to complain about something, you know, I don't want you to have to narc out your neighbors. People are gonna start looking around. I've been riding around literally on my scooter and been enjoying it actually, because I got 3 pages of stuff I've sent Tony already and it's not just grass. And there's another deal that we're working out, hopefully, eventually, with the courthouse, so that we can get some volunteers in to help people that say they don't have the money or the time to do it. So, that's all I got, Your Honor.
Thank you. Only thing I have is just once again thank the Senior Center, and thank you, Adam, for allowing us to reside here for the evening. And I will take a motion to adjourn.
Also move.
Do we have support?
Support.
Roll call, please.
Swam,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yep.
and Weaver.
Yes.